Okay, so far we've made our template, made our index page with nested div tags, made our about page, floating images, made our tickets page with a working table with links, we made our movie pages, made our movie pages template, then our movie pages based on a template with information, poster, video. Then we added tabs. Hopefully you have more information here than I have for my example. Plot, review, cast and crew. We copied that table from IMDb. Now the only thing we're missing, if you completed all your movie pages, the only thing you have missing is a contact page with a contact form. So I'm going to show you how to create a basic contact form, and then we'll be done with this website. So we're going to File, New, Site Templates. Remember we had the individual movie pages and then our original movies template. I'm going to my movies template, create. Good. Now I'm going to add my contact information here. I'm going to call this, I'm going to say contact us. I can do my slogan here for my website. Fill out and submit the form below. Hit enter. I could insert a div tag and put that form in the div tag, or I could just insert the form directly. I think I'll just insert that form directly. So I'm going to go to insert, and there's a whole section for forms, form. First thing we're going to want to do is just put in that form, just an empty form. It'll give you a little red margin here, or guideline here. Okay, now I can click within that form. I'm going to hit enter, and then start to add some of the elements of my forms. First thing I'm going to add is a basic text box or text field. I can highlight the word text field and change it to whatever I need to say. I want this to say name. We can click to the right of that box and hit enter. Next thing I'm going to put in there is an email box. I can click to the right of that. Actually, I'm going to highlight email. I want mine to be capitalized. It's up to you. I can click to the right of that, hit enter. I'm going to put a text area here. If I scroll down to my insert panel, insert, still in the form section, and text area. For this, I'm going to say questions and comments. Click to the right of that box, hit enter. And we need a couple buttons. Our first button is going to be a reset button, so I'm going to select that and click to the right of that, hit enter. This is if I want to change my mind of what I typed in here, I want to reset it. Hit enter. After that, we're going to select our, over here in the insert panel, our submit button, and click enter after that. Okay, I'm going to preview this in Safari, which will also save it. I'm going to call this contact.html. Okay, there's my basic contact form. Not too bad, but there's some issues here. If I'm a Greek person, I may want a longer name box here. Frank Stephanopoulos or something like that. I might need a little more room for my email, and I definitely want a lot more room for any questions and comments. Looks like I have a misspelling there. What I could also do is put this all, maybe I want this all in this form all in a box with a different background color. Maybe I want to center that. So I could do some changes to this form. So let's see how to do that. Let's go back to Dreamweaver. Change that D to a capital D. I also don't like how these things are not lined up, so I'm going to click to the right of name, enter, click to the right of email, enter, and same there. So now they're lined up a little cleaner. Good. I'm going to select that name box. And down here in the size, I can make it longer if I want. I'm going to say 40. Just gives a little more space here. Click the email box. The same for that one. Questions and comments. Rows and columns. I'm going to do 20 rows. There's no right or wrong here. Let's try 38 columns. That way they're roughly lined up here. It's pretty good. And let's see if we're missing anything. For my name box, I could, tell them what to type in here. Say first and last name, and then it would show up here. And when people type, it should replace that. I don't think I really need that, but just so you know, you could do that. Could put a max length here if I wanted to. I don't need to. Could change the name from text field to name, and I can make specific rules just for that text field. I could say this is a required field. All right, good. Click the email. I could do a max length if I want. I could change this and make sure I'm on that email box here. There we go. It's called email, max length. I could say this is required. All right, questions and comments, same type of thing. I could do max length. Make sure I'm selected down there. Change the name from text area to Q and C, whatever you want to call it. All right, good. Looks better. Now I can change the form itself. So I'm going to select that red border. They call this by default form 1. I could keep it as form 1, or I could say Q and C form. Action, I could put the email address where that's going. I want it to post. There we go. Now with that selected, I can also make some CSS rules for that. So over here in my design panel, selectors, I'm going to add a new selector. And I don't need to say # container and # content. I can get rid of those. I do need to say # QNC form, so that's the name of my form. All right, hit enter. I can make some rules just for that form. I can do a background color if I wanted to. I could also do a background image, background texture, background a little too bright. I could do a background image if I wanted to. Okay, what I could also do, let's go to my from my QNC form CSS rules, go to the layout section, do a specific width and height if I wanted to. I'm going to do 90% and keep the height on auto. I'm going to do a margin on the left. If I have 90% of 100, that leaves me 10%, so a margin of 5% on each side would work. That way my form is inset a little bit. I could also go to the border section. I could add some borders around this. Do ridge. Stick that pink color. And do medium. There we go. So now I have a nice ridge around there. Let's preview this in Safari. There you go. So it looks a little more interesting. Set aside the margins It's got the green background. I could select each of these boxes individually and make specific CSS rules with those, putting a border, changing the color of those. Don't really need to. I could position my cursor within the text here and change that if I want to, make a CSS rule for that. And anytime I need to come back to my form, click the border of that, and I could change anything I need to, once again, with that Q&C form CSS rule. I could center it if I wanted to, align it right, or align it left. I think I'm going to stick with align left. Save all. Then our website is pretty much done. I preview this in Safari. My contact form. Tickets. About. Homepage. Links to our individual movie pages. Preview. And then our tab information.